It's okay for couples to want to satisfy their sexual cravings. People do a lot of things to get to orgasm. So if it's that little bite, that little whip, that little pinch, whether you're the one giving or receiving, that is going to take you to the peak of your arousal, right on. But be careful not to fall from mild to moderate to severe, because it can get really dangerous and people can die from that. Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. I go by the name Toya Stone, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so now. Sadism and masochism fall under a group of abnormal sexual behavior pattern that involves the use of ritual, unusual objects or situations to achieve full sexual satisfaction. There are a number of them and they're always interesting to discuss, but we are going to be focusing on masochism. Masochists enjoy sex when they are being beaten, bound, or humiliated. It's quite popular and can be fun for some people. Both male and female engage in this practice. But the music begins to change when it involves a dangerous kind of masochism known as autoerotic asphyxia. This one involves self-strangulation to the point that a person cannot breathe. A choke. There are actually cases where the disease are found hanged next to pornographic literature or related content. Accidental deaths relating to this practice is between 250 and 1,000 persons in a year. Of course, that record is from the US. I don't think anyone keeps such records here. A typical example is the story of an unidentified man. A woman heard a man shouting for help and she ran to his apartment door. She and her 2 sons broke into the apartment. They found the man lying on the floor, his hands tied beside him, his legs bent back, his ankles secured to his hands. A mop handle had been placed behind his knees. He was visibly distraught, sweating and gasping for breath, and his hands were turning blue. He had defecated and urinated in his pants. In his kitchen, the woman found a knife and freed him. When the police arrived and questioned the man, he stated that he had returned home that afternoon, fallen asleep, and awakened an hour only to find himself hopelessly bound. Officers noted that the apartment had been locked when the neighbors broke in. So to them, this story were not adding up, and they noted in the report that this could be a sexual deviation act. Then they invited the man and interviewed him the next day. The man confessed that actually he was the one that tied himself in that situation that he was found in. A month later, the police were called back to the same apartment. A building manager had discovered the man face down on the floor of his apartment. A paper bag covered his head like a hood. When the police arrived, the man was breathing rapidly with sack of clothes filled in his mouth. The rope was stretched around his head and mouth and wrapped around his chest and waist. Several lengths ran from his back to his crotch, and ropes at his ankle had left deep marks. The broom handle locked his elbows behind his back. When they freed the man, he explained that he got tangled up while doing isometric exercise. 2 years passed and the man moved on to another job. One Monday morning, the man did not appear at his workplace, so his colleagues went to his apartment and found him dead. During the investigation, the police were able to reconstruct his last minutes to find out what led to his death. They discovered that a day before he died, he bound himself in the following manner. Sitting on the bed and crossing his ankles left over right, he has bound them together with a twine, fastening a tie around his neck. He then secured the tie to an 86-inch pole behind his back. Unfortunately, he applied much pressure to the pole while his neck was still secured to it, and this resulted into him strangling himself to death. Sincerely, this death could have actually been avoided if the people practicing this sexual deviation had allowed themselves to seek help from professionals. I think it's time we normalize opening up our struggles, maybe not just sexual struggles, other struggles of your life, opening up to a professional that can help you and guide you. When you find yourself engaging in some behaviors that pose threat to your life or to the life of the people around you, it's best you just seek for professional help. Talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor. Thank you for watching this video to this point. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends, like it and comment on it. See you in my next.